Hello, champions. That's right. Today is the day. Today is the day of the Financial IQ Challenge. And congratulations to all of you all who be attending all week long. And I'm looking forward to training you and teaching you and helping you to learn your money rights and to show you how to earn money on all the three main things that we do. We're going to be doing it all week long. And congratulations to all of you all who I'll be seeing shortly, coming up at the top of the hour. So here's three reasons why you absolutely positively do not want to miss the financial IQ challenge. All right, because the things we're going to be doing this week, you're going to excuse me, you're going to be meeting people this week who you just have not met. You're going to be meeting people who live in a lifestyle that you just have not been exposed to, and it's going to be all week long. And I won't be here. I will not be talking. I will not be here live speaking and talking because I'll be too tired. Okay, so congratulations to everybody that's coming out. And to the rest of y'all, you still have an opportunity to register. Just put challenge in the chat if you want to come. And see, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to live a reactionary life. Excuse me. Money is made because people are proactive, not reactive. In the book of Matthew, the 25th chapter, it starts out by talking about 5 wise virgins and 5 foolish virgins. And it talks about how these virgins came to a party to meet the bridegroom, to potentially get married to the bridegroom. So it's 5 wise virgins, 5 foolish virgins. So the wise virgins, they put some oil in their lamps. They went to the marketplace and they bought some oil. So when it came time for the bridegroom to come in, they was ready. The 5 foolish virgins, they didn't have no wine, they didn't have any oil in their lamps. They went just to see what they can get along, just to see what they can get away with. And this is the reason some people got money and some people don't. People having money is very intentional. It's not luck. It's not happenstance. It's just very practical living. And it's like, okay, so where is the money? All right, so I'm going to do whatever I got to do to go where in the room where the money is. I'm not going to be sitting out here on the outside looking in, while everybody out there, they all invited to the party, and I'm sitting out here. And when Michael Jordan retired from playing basketball back in 1992, was it, when he retired? 1992, 1993, when he retired from playing basketball. I grew up in Chicago, so I even played in a game against Michael Jordan one time. So when he retired from playing basketball, they had his party at the United Center. So I was sitting down in the lobby, and all these celebrities and stuff was coming by. All these billionaires was going into this suite at the United Center to go in and pay homage to Michael Jordan. So I was sitting out in the lobby and just standing out, and so Boys to Men came walking up. And so we just started talking. So I was talking to Wanye and other 3 brothers that sang there. And so, matter of fact, they had a brother named Alfonso. I think his name was Alfonso. So he was videotaping everything they were doing. And we became friends. Next time I was talking to him, they was in Tokyo. So I was just standing outside, and they was like, "Hey, Brother Rick," we was just having a good conversation. And I remember asking Wanye. I say, "Hey, Wanye, man," I say, "Y'all seem to be some of the humblest dudes in the world." I say, "Are y'all really humble like that?" It was really funny to me because they was all standing out there. Y'all had on suits that was too big for them. I was like, "Is that part of y'all like marketing strategy?" Why they all got these suits that look too big? Boys to Men, I don't know what it was. I don't know what was up with that. But I really enjoyed their group, and I really liked their demeanor and their disposition because they were some humble dudes, So they was we were having a good conversation. So I said, "Hey, are you as humble as y'all come across?" So one day he kind of blushed. I said, "Well, that answered my question because when the last time you saw a man blush?" I'm like, "Y'all been raised good, man. And, I'm proud of you guys." So we stand out there talking. So Dr. J, Julius Irvin, he comes up and he grabs Boys to Men and he take him inside the party. So now I'm embarrassed because I'm standing out there. I want to go inside. I want to be in the party, just like we're going to be all week long in the party, in a financial IQ party. I'm doing good morning. How you doing, dear? We're going to be in a financial IQ party all week long. You won't be on the outside wondering what's going on. Man, I wonder what Brother Ricky and them doing. Is he over there showing them that $1 million check? I wonder if Sharon and I'm going to be all them other people I've been meeting lately. I wonder if they're going to be up in there too. You don't want to be out here all week long while we having a party over there. We're going to be literally having a money party all week, showing you all how to set your stuff up for the last 2 months of the year so that you can get some money back next year and so that you can get set up to get a whole lot of money back the following year. Because money is not made the day you make money. Money was made the year before. It was made months in advance. That's why people ain't got no money today, because they stuff wasn't set up 5 months ago, 6 months ago. So if you get your stuff together at the end of this year, then you'll hit the ground running, because them New Year's resolutions and all this stuff, that don't mean nothing. What means something is how was you set up before the new year started. That's why it's real important that you take care of your business in the last quarter of the year. Millionaires take care of their business in the last quarter of the year. People that make money in this season with this all these sales and all this sort of thing, they make more money in these next October, November, December. They make enough money to stay in business for the whole rest of the year. Why? Because a lot of y'all gonna see to it. You're gonna be running around doing all that consuming over the next couple of months. And I'm like, so you out shopping? You out Christmas shopping? And you're not in the financial IQ challenge? I'm a little bit confused. I'm like, you out Christmas shopping, adding to somebody else that's rich, adding to their bottom line already, and you're not over here learning what it is that you need to learn so that you get your money back when you put it in the bank. So here are the things that we're going to be going over. And if you haven't signed up yet, just put challenge in the chat, and a link will be sent directly to you. You can still sign up. Come on. So here are the things that we're going to be doing this week. So I just want to teach you what I'm going to be teaching all week long. So, I'm sorry. Let's go back to this 5 virgins, these 5 virgins, and these 5 wise and these unwise virgins. So when the bridegroom showed up, the virgins who already had their oil, they was like, they was good to go. But the virgins who didn't have their oil, they was talking about, hey man, let us get some of that oil. And they was like, no, ain't nothing happening. It's every woman for herself around here. We trying to get married. All right. You know it's hard out here in these streets. All right. Yeah, everybody, especially all my sisters, put it's hard out here. Come on, put hard in the chat, all my sisters. Y'all know it's hard in these streets, especially in the black community. 50 men to every woman. You dig what I'm saying? And then if you find a dude got some sense, you dig, and he reasonable, what the heck? And he about it, about this life. That's a hard thing to find. So it's hard out here in these streets. All right, somebody come on, some of my sisters fess up. It's hard out here in these streets. Y'all know it's hard out here in the streets. So, hey, I love my sisters. All right, I'm not wisecracking. I'm down with you. All right, I want to see. That's why I be teaching your brothers how to make money. So when you meet them, they won't be broke. So when you meet them, they'll have some means. I'll be snatching these young brothers up and letting them know these sisters don't want to be bothered with your broke behind. Okay, no, you need to have you need to have some paper player. All right, so your woman don't have to be out working you and all this. So she ain't supposed to have to work at all. But if you want to work, it ought to be an option. So it's hard out here in these streets. So them virgins, so there's 5 foolish virgins and there's 5 wise virgins. So these 5 foolish virgins, they ain't got no oil. They acting like it ain't hard out here in these streets. I hear me. They all casual, and also they just show up at the wedding party. They trying to get married. I hear what I'm talking about. That's what they came for. They came to meet the bridegroom. How you gonna come to meet the bridegroom and you ain't got no oil in your lamp? What the heck? Are you just gonna what? You just gonna go out like that? There, come on, all my sisters again. Put not here. Don't go out like that. when it's time, when it's time for you to meet the bridegroom, have your stuff together. You hear what I'm saying? I taught my daughter yesterday. My daughter Shantice, we was in the hospital. We had Bible class in the hospital. So I taught her about Esther yesterday. All right. And I was teaching my daughter about purification. I was teaching about how to have a pure attitude and a pure mind with the way that she approaches a king in a way. And when a king approaches her, she'll be so sweet from her purification until the king will be so drawn to her odor. All right. I'm talking about the odor of her spirit, the odor of her temperament, the odor of her disposition. Because I don't teach my daughter to be no bossy chick. I don't teach her that. I say don't get loud with no man. All right. Speak your mind, say what you got to say. But you need to have the temperament of a queen. All right. The smoothness, the femininity of a woman. This is what I teach my daughters. So I was teaching her that. She's 39 years old, but she still listens to me. She's my successor, So that's why I'm at that hospital every week. I'm like, girl, something happened to you. I've been and fell over in that grave with you. We got to get you well. We can't have it. But I told her too. I said, second thing too. I said, any dude want to talk to you, if he was a king, he would call me first. I said, so that's how you know how to eliminate him right off the top. I said, if he's too embarrassed to call me or think he can talk to you without talking to me, then you know you're busted. I say, so don't even bother. All right, why? Because he don't even understand protocol, brother. We got a kingdom around here, an empire. All right, a multi-million-dollar empire, and it's all based off of Jesus Christ. So we ain't playing no games up in here. You don't just come rolling up in here with them old crazy ideas. You do hand sagging, smoking weed, man. You messing around and get pimp slapped up in here. We ain't having that. Okay, don't come around here with that nonsense. So I was teaching her about purification yesterday. So I want all my ladies, I want y'all for y'all homework. I want y'all to read the book of Esther and see how that she was purified 6 months in this spot and 6 months in this spot. And by the time she got in front of the king, she was so pure on the inside. And she smelled so good spiritually and emotionally and mentally to the king until he preferred her above every other woman. And she didn't even have to say nothing. Before she could even say it, the Bible says she had favor on all eyes that looked on her. So this is a beautiful thing about you. Listen to me, I'm talking to my sisters right now. Because somebody got to teach you. All right. And don't you think you know either. All right. So I'm talking to my sisters right now. So you can be so pure on the inside and smell so good on the inside until you'll have favor with everybody that look at you before they even set eyes on you. So what does that mean? That means that what did that mean about Esther? What that meant about Esther was that she had favor with the king before he met her because she had favor with everybody that set eyes on her before they set eyes on her. So the beautiful thing about you being one of these marvelous queens, these especially in today, if you're a lady, a ladylike demeanor, know how to talk to a man, sweet, ladylike, firm, virtuous, man, you blow our mind. When we see somebody like that, man, a king is like, what you want? All right. Before you can even ask for something, the king ready to give it to you. Because why? You done already talked before you even said something. You hear what I'm saying? So be encouraged, because and that don't make you weak. You know, that makes you extremely wise. All right, because it's 100% biblical. Live your life on the Bible. And if somebody give you some advice and it don't line up with the Bible, just tell them, you know what? I'm not trying to hear what you're talking about. All right. Why? Because you're trying to ruin my life. Okay. I could be way further ahead if I was getting some biblical advice. You're giving me this little advice. Why? Based on you're a little crazy, demonic, witchcraft, whatever you down with. You know what I'm saying? Don't get down. All my ladies, don't get down with that. Be gentle. Talk to your man like a man. Talk to him the way a lady talks to a man. All right. Get your point across gently. Season your words with honey, baby, sugar. You know, don't demand nothing telling somebody what they got to do. Talk to them through the power of femininity. All right. So these five foolish virgins, they just don't lie. They like, man, please. I'm just, they like, man, I ain't I ain't bringing no oil, you dig? I ain't going through all that. Why I got to go through all that? Why I got to have some oil? Oh, but when the bridegroom show up, and he fine, you dig? He fine, you dig? He shows sister's like, is that Denzel? What the heck? Girl, give me some of that oil. You're like, is that Denzel over there? Look at that wall. What's that? Don't make no sense, girl. Yeah, you're too late, baby. Anybody giving up none? You can't get none of my oil. You got nothing coming. All right, everybody. All my sisters put nothing coming. I'm gonna put it in the chat. All my sisters. Put it in the chat. Everybody, another sister sitting next to you, she ain't handle the business. Now she wants some of your oil. Come on, all my sisters. I'm talking to my sisters this morning. Come on, all my sisters, put nothing coming. All right. Just put NC in the chat. Let her know you ain't got nothing coming. You should have handled your business before you got it. Excuse me. Come on, have some fun with me, y'all. Because this is the last time I'm gonna see y'all before I start put a challenge. Once the challenge go on, I ain't gonna see y'all this week. So come have some fun together, all right? Tell them you ain't got nothing coming, baby. All right. You should have handled your business like I'm handling mine. But the reason Jesus told the story is not, he ain't really telling the story so much about a man and a woman. He's telling the story to indicate how people are unprepared and then how they want to mooch off the next person when they had the same opportunity as the next person. So you'll have people that'll be listening to us here live talking to you, and they don't understand what's going on in the challenge because the challenge is different. The challenge is not here. First of all, in the challenge, you're going to hear questions that you ain't never heard in your life. Why? Because we live a life that you don't live. All right. This ain't no regular life. It ain't regular for a person to walk in the bank and get their money back. That's not regular. It's lawful. It should be regular, but it's unknown. So what? Most people don't know how to do it. Are you hearing me? And 99.999.999% of y'all that's listening to me now ain't never got a penny back putting your money in the bank. They always gave you a little interest on your money, but you ain't never got your actual money back. You ain't never seen a check back on your income tax return or tax credits on your income tax return for the amount of money that you put in the bank. You ain't never seen that in your life. So if you're gonna be prepared to do that, then you got to have some oil in your lamp, which means that you got to come to the challenge to get some oil. All right. So if you want some oil, that's what we're here for. We're here to like anoint you with financial oil. You say, what are you talking about, Ricky? You talking about some spirit? You talking about some churchy stuff? No, I'm talking about practical living. Are you hearing me? Oil means your stuff ain't dry. Are you hearing what I'm talking about? In other words, you need an oil change. So that's what the financial IQ challenge is. You see, you walking through this life, this financial life, and driving your financial vehicle, and it's dry. You need an oil change. If you don't get no oil change, man, I'm telling you that your engine gonna bust. All right. I'm gonna get on the phone right now to talk to the people to give my daughter a new engine. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm like, baby, don't even worry about it. We just get you a new engine anyway. All right. Why? I got the suspicion that the thing went out in the oil, and she didn't realize that oil valve needed to be fixed, and boom, blew the whole engine. Why? Because you didn't have no oil. So, congratulations to all of you all who are coming to the challenge, because I guarantee you that you have oil at the end of the challenge. I guarantee it so much until all of you all who come to the challenge and you come in my VIP section and you say, Brother Ricky, I sat through all 5 days of your challenge and I didn't like it. I'm like, okay. You was in the VIP section and you got your camera on and I'm looking, I can see you and I see you legit. You ain't just talking. If you don't think it was worth 10 times what you paid, I just give you money back because I don't need your money. All right. But you need to learn what it is that we're doing. Matter of fact, every time I meet somebody, I let them know I don't need your money, but you need to give it to me. And they say, man, that's the most pimpinest stuff I've ever heard in my. Did you just tell me I need to give you my money? And say, yep, because you ain't getting your bank deposits back and you don't know what you're doing. All right. I say, your stuff is statutory. Your stuff ain't private. All right. You ain't never seen a tax return like the ones we get. You never will. You're going to die and never see this money. So yeah, you're right. You do need to give me your money to learn what it is that you need to learn. All right. But I don't need it. Why? Because I don't even need to work for no money because we didn't crack the code. The code that I'm teaching you is what we do. I'm not teaching you hypothetical stuff. I'm teaching you how we get paid. So you can get paid the same way potentially if that's your desire. So if you haven't come to the challenge yet, if you haven't registered yet, then just put challenge in the chat because we're about to start in half an hour. And you will not be seeing Brother Ricky. I'm here singing songs, cracking jokes, and having fun this week. I'm gonna be stomped down, paying attention to the challenges and everything that's going on in there. They will have my undivided attention. All y'all that's listening right now that's in the challenge, congratulations to you because you're gonna have my undivided attention this week. If you're in the VIP section, if you come over to the good morning, Sandra, how you doing? If you're in the VIP section, particularly if you're in the platinum section, you really got a good seat because that means that you can ask me questions and you can in the VIP section you can hear all the questions. Those are good seats. Those are like going to a concert and sitting like right on the front row. The platinum section, that's the platinum section is where most of the money is made. The people who sit in my platinum section, they're the ones that make the most money with me because they're the ones that ask the questions and they get their questions answered. So they're not just sitting there really wishing they could say something and want to jump in a double Dutch bus, want to jump in a rope, but they can't get in a rope because they didn't pay the required fee. So congratulations to all of you all who are in the platinum section. That's cool. For all of y'all that's in the VIP section, you're in a great seat because that way you can hear everything that's going on in the first half of the challenge because we get down. The questions that we go over, the things that we go over in the first half of the challenge, the first hour. So let me explain to y'all how it works. So at 11 o'clock a.m. today, which is starting about a half an hour from now, Eastern that is, we'll start out with our VIP section. Okay. So the VIP section has VIP members and platinum members. Platinum members can ask me any question they want to ask me about business, anything you want to ask me about anything. And you ain't got to pay me no $50,000 an hour because you're in the platinum section. So everybody can get one question a day. And hopefully we can get to every single person in the platinum section. Hopefully we get through every single person by the end of the week. Typically we do. Typically it's not a problem. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then on the second half, the people who are in our Facebook group, they can listen in on what I'm actually teaching for a lesson that day. So I'm not answering any more questions. I'm just teaching a lesson. So today I'm gonna teach the lesson about how to actually open up a trust. But I'm gonna talk more than just about how to open up a trust. Today I'm gonna teach y'all how you have to shift your trust over to open up a trust. Because the reason that people operate the way they do financially these days is because they trust people who are making money off of them instead of making money with them. And they just blindly trust them. So I'm gonna teach y'all how to come up out of that because that's a curse. When you trust people who are making money off of you, but you ain't making money with them, that's a curse. That means that you're doing a whole lot of work for somebody else. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe, to me, that's slavery, and I don't believe in that. So we runaway slaves. We don't believe in that. We believe that you're supposed to share in the profits of whoever you're doing business with. That's what we believe. And so today, that's partly what I'm going to teach. I'm going to teach you all, show you the paperwork, all the stuff you do to actually open up a tax-free trust. That's what we're going to be doing today. So if you haven't registered, you can just put challenge in the chat, and that's it. We'll send the link on over to you, and enjoying at whatever level make the most sense to you. All right, so that's the day number one. Day number two, tomorrow, I'm going to teach you all the 4 levels of communicate. All right. You say, why are you going to do that, Ricky? Because we make a lot of money. Okay. We have days that we make $1 million in one day. All right. So there's an art to this communicating thing. And if you don't learn how to communicate, you're going to lose millions of dollars. I mean, you're going to have to do what somebody tell you for the rest of your life, because you ain't going to be able to control your own money. So we are control freaks. All right. We believe in having control over our assets, having control over our money. And if you ain't got control over, if you don't know how to communicate, you out of control. So day number two, I teach y'all how to communicate. I teach y'all things, and you ain't never learned stuff. This ain't no regular stuff. I ain't talking about no communication class from no bust at school and college. I ain't even got no business. I'm talking about a communication class of how we communicate and how we negotiate $1 million deals. And you'll learn it. All right. Without having to go to Harvard, without having to go to Princeton, without having to go to Brown. Are you hearing us? Without having to go to a private university, a Ivy school university. You don't have to do that. You just come to the challenge. All right. And you're going to learn the same things that you would have learned if you went someplace like that. And you'll learn in an accelerated manner, because we're going to be together all week long. Do you want to be like the virgins? Do you want to be outside? See, when the bridegroom came with those virgins, the 5 wise virgins, they was good to go. They had the opportunity to be selected. The 5 foolish virgins, they went out to try to go get some oil. But I'm like, man, it's too late. That's just like everybody showing up in January talking about, man, hey, brother Rick, can you get your account to do my taxes? I'm like, why? One of them checks like y'all got. I'm like, man, you're way too late. You don't make these checks in January. You make these checks the year, the months leading up to the end of the year, because you filed it for last year. So you only got 2 months left in the 2 months. Because you only got 2 months left in the year. So much you ain't got no time to waste. So you could be a wise virgin or you could be a foolish virgin. I got a question for all y'all. Which one do you want to be? Put W in the chat if you want to be a wise virgin. All right. And I'm talking to everybody. This ain't got nothing to do with no man or no woman. I'm talking about, do you want to have some oil in your lamp so that when February comes around here, time for income tax checks and stuff like that, you have done something at the end of the year to help your situation. Put W in the chat if that's you. Only if you're wise, okay? Only if you're wise, because that's what wise people do. Wise people always do things in advance. I know some of you all just didn't know me, and you would have been getting down all year, like people that's been getting down with us since the beginning of the year, and they set up for seriously fat checks. All right, so, but that's not your fault that you didn't know me. But once you start meeting somebody who knows what you don't know, and then you still on the outside looking in, then that's when it becomes your fault. All right, so be a wise virgin, and my recommendation to you is to be a wise virgin. And we still got room in the chat. The Zoom is not packed to capacity, so you can still come. All right, so just put challenge in the chat. We'll send a link over to you, and you still have an opportunity today. As I said before, we got about a half an hour before we get started. So that's day number 2. I'm gonna teach you all how to communicate. Day number 3, I'm gonna teach you all about real estate. Because you can buy and sell real estate out of trust and don't have to pay no money and don't have to pay no taxes. And what in our tax-free, tax credit producing trust. All right. So you say, it's a question. Say, well, it's a challenge every month. Yeah, we do it every month. This is challenge number 37. Cruise. This is challenge number 37 that we're doing. And yes, we do a challenge every single month. So, excuse me. So yes, there will be one in December. It's always the first week of the month. Always. We do it every single month. I don't ever take months. I took 1 month off in 3 years. Okay. And that's because I was doing a live event. If I do a live event, I might be too tired. But other than that, we are very consistent people because we love you. All right. And we realize that it might be your turn right now. Might not be your turn right now. Might have to wait, whatever's going on with your life. So we just make sure that while the blood is running warm in our veins, I ain't got number one request to God. I don't know when I'm going to die, but I pray I have my shoes on. pray I'll be right in the middle of some work that's making a difference in somebody's life. That's my personal prayer request to God. Lord, just let me die with my shoes on. I don't know when it's going to be, but make it, make it. I just want to make sure I had a worthwhile day. So to answer your question, Cruz, yes, December the 1st will be the next one. So on the third day of the challenge, I'm gonna teach you all how. For those of you who are coming, I'm teaching how to buy and sell properties, but you don't have to pay taxes on the properties that you buy and sell. So I'm gonna teach you all the difference between like what a 401k is, what a self-directed IRA is. I'm gonna teach y'all the difference between that and how you operate out of a tax-free trust. It's like night and day. I'm gonna teach you how to buy and sell properties and how you can buy and sell properties from one trust to another and get major write-offs too. So I'm gonna show y'all about real estate on the third, on day number 3. Is anybody getting excited yet? Is anybody getting excited yet? Anybody getting excited? Anybody want to do that bank head bounce? Is anybody ready to get in the game? Anybody ready to get in the game? Look at that bank head bounce. Imagine that. Imagine buying and selling properties and keeping all the money. That's what really got me into this whole trust thing. That's how I really got started, because I was buying and selling properties, and the IRS, my my other cockeyed stepsister Iris, she just coming to the party all uninvited. She was taking a good portion of my money. So I was like, I know this stuff is illegal. I know it's a legal, lawful way that I can block that. I know it is, because I'm looking at Donald Trump. I'm looking at him. I'm like, Donald Trump. See, which only thing I pay attention to when I was looking at these debates and stuff is, what are they doing that we ain't doing that we ought to know about money? That's the only time that's the stuff I paid attention to, because I already know all the stuff is game, because they just running for presidents. They just running for the presidency of the United States Corporation of America. So because I know that, I don't get all caught up in that. But what I am interested in knowing is how does this cat, how did he buy a building for $125 million, and they gave him tax credits for $885 million? I'm like, what? They gave him $885 million to buy a building? I'm like, what in the world? And he says it, not in this debate, but when he was debating Biden last time. This is what he says. Right in the middle. Watch the last debate with Trump and Biden. And they said, well, Trump, how much did you pay in taxes? All the properties and stuff you buy. His tax bill was $2,500. All right, in 2016, $2,500. I'm like, what the heck? Are you serious? $2,500 for a tax bill? I say, how in the world, with all them billions he making billions, and only paid $2,500 in taxes. He said, man, I get tax credits. And that went right over most people's heads. So on Wednesday, I'm gonna talk to you all about how you buy and sell properties out of private trust, and how you get tax credits, and how you can buy and sell a property and don't have to pay 1 penny in capital gains, not 1 cent. All right, are y'all happy about that? But real happy. Put RH in the chat. Are y'all happy? Because some of y'all coming, and I can just feel y'all anticipation right now. So put RH in the chat. Are you real happy about the idea that you can buy and sell your property and keep all the money? Come on now. Are you real happy about that? Come on, speak. Just talk to me. Am I just talking to myself? I say, do you really want to pay taxes when you buy? So you think you got to, all right, because you would, because you've been just trusting folk without understanding it, without reading nothing. Okay, so I'm real happy about that. Why? Because I know how to do it, and I teach you how to do the same thing. Go on my YouTube channel and watch Rand. Watch the testimony of one of my friends named Rand, who sold. He was trying to sell me his property for $300-some thousand. I said, you should put that in a trust before you sell it. He said, no. I said, well, we create common law trusts. He said, what? I said, yeah, we create common law trusts. He's like, man, I studied that for 7 years. Nobody knows how to do it. I said, we do. He said, are you kidding me? Came to my house the next day. And we put his property side of the trust, saved him $52,000 that he would have just gave away. All right. He sold his property and saved $52,000 that he would have had to just give away. He's on my YouTube channel. Y'all can look him up. He's on there testifying about it. So if you had a question, dear? The times for the challenge? Okay, yeah. So the challenge is 11 o'clock a.m. It's going to start now. It's going to start in 25 minutes. So it's 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern to 1 o'clock p.m. It's every day. If you're in the VIP section and you working, just watch the replay. The replay is every day, but it only lasts for 24 hours. It's not, you can't just be talking about, hey, brother Rick, send me all the replays. That's not how I go. See, it's a challenge. See, the thing about a challenge is that it money desires speed. It's the velocity of money that makes you rich. You can't have a casual attitude about money and make no money. It's just not going to happen. See, it's a big difference between being proactive and being frantic. We're not frantic people. I keep telling you, my blood pressure is 118 over 77. Ain't nobody frantic around here. But we're not in a hurry because we're always in a hurry. Meaning what? That the way that we schedule our lives is that stuff that ain't moving the needle, we don't waste our time. So see what happens when you start making money is that time slows down. What's your question? I want to join. I click the link out. There's no detail about the packages. No, just go into once you start going into it, just look at the first link. If you want to be in the platinum section, just click it. If you don't want to be in there, just click no, and then it'll send you to the VIP section. If you want to be in there, click yes. If you don't want to be there, click no, and it'll send you to the Facebook group. So everything is on a page. Everything's on a landing page. In terms of everything I'm explaining to you right now, it's on the landing page when you go to myfinancialiqchallenge.com. Okay, so if you want to come, just put challenge in the chat. You still got time to come because you won't miss nothing. You be like my man he's on The Voice and said, "Don't want to close my eyes, don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, baby, and I don't want to miss a thing." Man, you don't want to miss a thing, all right? And today is the day to get started where you don't miss a thing. So you can watch the replay. So the replay is good for 24 hours as long as you're in the VIP section. You can watch the replay. Okay, so you don't have to necessarily be there, but you can get the replay every day. All right, so that's day number 3. So day number 4, I teach you all the law. And so I teach you everything about why what we do is legal, lawful, and lasting. And I just break down laws, most of which you ain't never even heard of. You didn't even know it was a law. Why? Because you haven't been to school. All right. And your IQ, as far as the law is concerned, most of us is just non-existent. I'm talking about common law and the laws of banking and why you get your money back and what you have to do and why they have to do it. See, we're not in a position where people got a choice about how they treat us. Because when people have a choice about how they're going to treat you, they're going to mistreat you. Why? Because they got a choice. If you're in a marketplace and somebody can exploit you, then that's what they're going to do. They're going to exploit you because they're like, you don't know your rights, and we're gonna, and we're gonna take advantage of that. And what's really funny, or not funny, but what's really amazing is that when you deal with the banking system, the people that work at the bank, they don't even know what I'm teaching you. And you go into the bank, and the way we go into the bank with our accounts and all this sort of thing, we go in and tell them what we want. All that stuff is already done. They don't have to do anything for us except just open an account. Are you hearing me? And when we tell them we open up the account, we have to let them know this is an irrevocable account in a non-interest bearing account. All right. So we just got to, that's the only thing you got to do when you talk to them, because our stuff already done. So we don't go in trying to convince them, hey, can you help me? Because they don't even know how to help you. All right. Because they don't even create a revocable trust. They create revocable trust and they recreate that stuff. And work the paper is written on. All right. So I'm going to show you all on day number 4, the law, and why everything that we do is legal, lawful, lasting, and why everything that we do trumps statutory law, and how you ain't going to jail. All right, that's what this is called a spade a spade. All right, come on. All y'all would change what you was doing if you wasn't scared you was going to jail. All right, do it look like I'll be getting locked up anytime soon? No. All right, the devil is a lie. All right, why? I know my rights. Okay, I'm not on here whistling Dixie. I hear what I'm talking about. We already got the check. And we already got one check at least, because we just started with 3 years ago. So we already got one check, and we was happy to get that. We was thinking it's going to take 3 years, and we got a check back in 13 months. So we just praise God for that. That's amazing. We was able to get it back so fast. We weren't tripping because we ain't crackheads. We work for a living. Okay, all right, we work for a living. We make money about a minute. So we ain't sitting around looking at the mailbox like a crackhead waiting for no check. We like they come and they come. All right. And that's what I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna teach you how to make so much money until when your check comes, it's gonna surprise you. You're like, wow, that's right. That's right. I had that coming. Bing, bing, bing. But you're making so much money in between. That's what the financial IQ challenge is about. It's about to raise your IQ on how to make money, how to manage and multiply. That's what it's about. It's not about no one thing. Okay. So that's day number 4. So day number 4, we teach you the law, I'm gonna give you a litany of them, and now you can start teaching your kids. And then on day number 5, we're going to show you the 8 steps of going from anywhere in your life to being prosperous. All right. So that's day number 5. You say, what do you mean? Did you say prosperous, Ricky, and you tongue tied? No, I didn't say prosperous. I said prosperous. Why? Because if you're not taught posterity, you ain't gonna have no everlasting money. We're not about no temporary money. All right. Temporary money don't mean nothing. All it means is you got a little car, you got a little crib, pop your collar now. But you're gonna be dead and that stuff gonna be history. Okay, and that's not the aim. The aim is that I know I'm gonna die. Yeah, of course I do. I know I'm a mortal man, and so are you. So, but when we lay down, everything got to continue. Else, there was no point in being here. Just like you're just taking up some space. So that's our philosophy. So on day number 5, I'm gonna teach you how it don't matter. I'm gonna teach you how I went from being homeless, not having nothing, to being a multimillionaire. I can teach you that. Why? Because it's my life. I'm not talking. I don't care where you are. You're like, Brother Ricky, man, if I had what you had, no, I want to hear all that. All that's just excuses. All right. All that's just excuses because there are things that you can do, especially in this economy, in this system, in this day that we living in. We so doggone blessed with these phones and computers and online things. We so fortunate to be living in this era right now. Until I'm gonna help snap you out of that. If you come on by and lend me your ear, I'm gonna help you snap you up out of that. So that's what we're gonna do on day number 5. We're gonna teach you the 8 steps to posterity from no matter where you are. All right, so you can have some everlasting money. All right, let me get a little rest in between. Drink me a little tea, get my throat together. If you haven't registered already, you still have an opportunity to just put challenge in the chat. We'll send a link on over to you. I'll see you over there in a few minutes because you don't want to close your eyes. You don't want to fall asleep. You don't want to miss me, baby. Because you don't want to miss a thing. Y'all don't want to miss a thing. I see y'all over in the challenge, all right? Everybody have a beautiful, fantastic, wonderful week. For the rest of you all, for some of you all, I'll see you in a few minutes. Be blessed in the city. Be blessed in the field. I love you all. Ain't nothing you can do about that. And remember that stellar is a stellar does. Have an outstanding week. And I'll see some of you all shortly. God bless you. Appreciate you. God bless you back. You're welcome.